All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, February 28th, set today by Brockwell. Every time I see Brockwell, I think of Rockwell from the 80s with that hit, Somebody's Watching Me. Anyway, let's see what Brockwell with a B has for us. The most important thing on our menu is battered. I like that one. I think the definition is oh yeah, on our menu is yes, it is 9 letters. So if that is battered or anagrammed, we'll get the most important thing. We do have one. That leaves our M and U. That doesn't seem very. Can we get a B in there instead? Can is be B? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to sneeze, so I'm going to pause. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know what's in the air in Texas, but we are having very warm weather and my allergies are really acting up. Anyway, oh, could it be numero uno? Ah, so the people who complain about non-English creeping into the crossword will be up in arms today, I'm sure, but I think that's it. Numero uno. All right, contract upset Martin Kemp to some extent. More 80s Spandau Ballet. Upset suggests reversal. Oh, and to some extent could be a hidden. We have the N. I see knit backwards inside Martin Kemp. I suppose if you knit your eyebrows, I didn't think that was contracting them necessarily. I mean, that's sort of what you do. But I thought that was just a reference to knitting, pulling them together. I don't know. We'll see what they say at 15 squared. Dirty dog arrested by the head of Scotland Yard. Ooh. Uh Maybe the definition is dirty. Yes, and funnily enough, the first thing I think maybe dog was in the back of my mind as being a mutt, but smutty. So the head, yeah, so the dog is a mutt, and that is arrested or surrounded by the head of Scotland, the S, and a yard can be abbreviated to Y. All right, appalling turd with fur coat is 19. Oh, and then couple more references to 19 across. There's another one there. Another, and yeah, there's some other cross references apparently. So, uh, I'm thinking though, appalling turd is an anagram of turd with maybe fur going around it. But that for the definition, I think we have to solve 19 across. Yeah, let's try this one. Tricky to wash up left-handed. Oh, yeah, that's a great one. Oh, to wash up is 8 letters and it has an O. So maybe tricky is telling us to anagram that. Ah, yes, it's a southpaw is a left-hander. I like that. All right, back to the acrosses. American in love with the Spanish winger. Well, the Spanish must be el, la, las, los. So I think it's probably going to be a bird, a winger. So I think we're going to, love is probably going to be an O. with one of those the words from Spanish, and then American could just be an A, or US. Yeah, I'm not seeing what that is. Rwandan travel company welcoming Tories on vacation. Well, Jay posted his clue of his own in the comments the other day using this vacation trick. So vacation meaning emptying out. So emptying out Tories would be TS. Yes, I think a Rwandan might be a Tutsi. Uh, and so travel company must be TUI. I'm not familiar with TUI. Are they British? But anyway, that welcomes TS. All right, fruit crush making an impression. Oh, what's the definition? Making an impression? Maybe a charade of a fruit and crush. Fruit, maybe date. What other fruit would fit in there? Or maybe the whole thing is a fruit and we have crush. No, I don't see it. Amateur character endlessly in first gear. I'm thinking maybe amateur is the definition. And we have a character without its last letter. But I don't know what first gear is going to be. All right, bread and butter opening for tennis player. Well, I'm really thinking of the tennis player Pat Cash. Did we have him recently? But I can't make that work because butter opening I would have thought would be a B. And what's bread? Oh, as the pat, of course, I should know myself is a pat of butter. So that is and then bread, of course, is slang for money. There we go. All right, beef with a bad guy. I'm thinking might be bad guy is the definition. We have some word for beef followed by a. So is it maybe a non-English word for a bad guy? Female in the middle of dirty look. In the middle of could have been a hidden clue, but I don't think so. I'm wondering if female could be sow, a female animal. In the middle of dirty look, how would that work? No. The other thing could be female, could be F in the middle of a word, a two-letter word for dirty, but then we're going to have something FW. I can only think of DFW. All right, ruler overturned part of agreement. Oh, I'm sorry, that was 19 across. Yeah, really want to get that one. So if it is so, maybe I'll go back to the ones that cross-reference it just to think about that. All right, ruler overturned part of agreement. Oh, I think it is a hidden clue with reversal again, just like one down. And inside agreement is, I suppose, an alternative spelling of Emir. I think more likely you'll see it EMIR. All right, I'm going to go back to the downs. Let me just look at this one again. Oh, could it be a breed of pig? I need to reread my Blandings Castle stories by P.G. Wodehouse. Funnily enough, I got the book down. I have a volume that has 3 Lord Emsworth novels in it. I need to read that. course, appalling. Oh, turd with fur. I don't know, like, yeah. Oh, maybe turd, fur, coat, all of. No, there's no I in there. Uh, so where do we get our. Oh, that would have been 11 letters anyway. What was I thinking of? Um, yeah, I don't see it. And then a payment owing somehow for a sow. I think some maybe pig references, possibly. No. All right, how about male lacking in spirit, worried to move upstairs? Well, no, I don't see that. Knocked over beer, making escape. Is it just a reversal of a word for beer and it means escape? What would that be? Pint. Often it's ale, but that's only 3 letters. Knocked over beer. No, or what's a word for escape, flee, or no? Ooh, cut 19 across, so double definition, I presume. Yeah, I don't see how sow would work with any of these we've looked at so far. Arteta drew after beating to make no progress. Yeah, so Arteta is 10 Arteta drew is 10 letters, excuse me. And that's an anagram of tread water, make no progress. Ooh, so here we have a reference to 20. Oh, no, might be 27 or it might not. Drives 27 crazy over recipe. Certainly crazy over recipe sounds like wordplay. So then the definition would be drives. I wonder if it could be herds, like drives cattle. Possibly. All right. Happy to hold permit for 19 across. No. Heart of, oh, so does this begin with S? Heart of kitchen garden in China. Well, the heart of kitchen could be just a C and then a word for garden, and somehow then it's probably China ware, porcelain, or no. All right, we'll try. Oh, yeah, 22. Okay. Top marks in audition for musical. Well, audition is a homophone indicator, so some phrase that means top marks. And then I think it's going to give us the name of a musical. Oh, 6-4. Miss Saigon, or oh, can't think of one. All right, extremely entertaining golf hole is part of 19 down. Wow. Maybe the extremes of entertaining, the E and the G, and then a golf hole. No, don't see that. Let's finish the downs first for a change. Timeless artist, served up, drink. My first thought is we have to think of a 5-letter artist with a T in their name and remove the T. And then we have to reverse it, served up. I'm just wondering, Manet, Monet. No. Enom, enam, drink. No. Space hopper on motorway. That's a great image. Uh, yeah, just think of Dennis Hopper, but of course, a hopper could be a kangaroo. Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, so motorway, we often see M1, MI, but I think it can simply be M. And I think if it's the kangaroo on the M, then you get space, meaning room. All right, novel date in Slough. Have I think slough as in a depression in the ground might be the definition. And novel date, I can't see an anagram of date that would mean slough. No, not at all. All right, let's finish the acrosses. Oliver Stone ultimately directed work that stands out. I think work that stands out sounds like the definition. So, oh, what do you call those? Not a frieze. Maybe it is a frieze, but some kind of artwork that is three-dimensional relief. I think maybe they call it. Yeah, Oliver Stone. Maybe just R and E for the last letters of Oliver Stone. Yeah, I'm fairly sure we're going to take the last letter of Stone. I just don't know what else to do with Oliver. But RE does sound like a good start to a word. Directed. Oh, and then directed maybe. Yeah, I can see maybe something like relief or something, but then directed, guided. Yeah, I don't see it. This was vibrations from organ picked up by back, which might end in S, which would make sense if the definition is vibrations. Oh, could it be JS around a word for organ? Oh, I'm wondering if the udder could be described as an organ because I think judders is a word for. I think of it more as like judders to a halt, but I think with a sense of vibrating. All right, well, let's leave it in for now. Oh, our top marks then for our musical would begin with J. No, doesn't seem, can't think of any musical beginning with a J. No. How about satellite provider finally screens Playboy film? Screens, I think, would mean goes around. So I'm wondering if. Oh, satellite, of course, could be moon. And then provider finally would be the R. And that screens. Oh, a Playboy could be a rake, I think. And Moonraker, I think one of the lesser discussed Bond films. Not a big Bond fan, but does anyone rate Moonraker? All right, Scottish Council leader in Glasgow Canal opening locks. Oh my goodness. Well, council leader sounds like a C. Inside, oh, is there some famous Glasgow canal? Might be an abbreviation like the A in something. Opening locks, yeah. So then is Scottish part of the wordplay? I'm just wondering if there's an adjective like Albion, Albion Rovers. No. Plain refusal to follow everyone in retreat. Ah, yes. So this word comes up quite a lot. Yano for a plain. The refusal is no, and that follows ALL, all, everyone in retreat. Copper in Exeter, ground with energy to run again. Well, Exeter ground, I think we're going to anagram Exeter, and we're probably going to put CU inside it for copper. Well, it could be PC, but I think more likely CU, and then with an extra E for energy, and it's going to mean run again. I think it might be re-execute. Certainly in my programming days, I ran things again, re-executed them. All right. Ooh, we have good letters for our drink. Oh, yeah. At first I was thinking of a Moscow Mule, but then I thought of the obvious milk. And it is Klimt is the artist who is missing his T and reversed. All right, extremely. Oh, yeah, maybe it is EG plus golf hole. I don't know. Yeah, but I can't even think of words other than maybe egg something. But oh, golf, of course, could be. Yes, golf could be another G. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then a hole. And this is part of 19 down. What's the whole something use something? Yeah, let me pause and run through the alphabet for that. Well, the obvious word that would start with the egg, I suppose, is egg cup, which in fact I can't see a cup being just a hole. I can definitely see it being a golf hole. I think, yeah, you say the ball went in the cup. So it seems like golf is doing double duty there. But then if it is sow, I looked up if there's any such thing as an egg cup in a pig. There was a reference to teacup miniature pigs, but nothing about egg cups, although there were some egg cups shaped like pigs. This is our novel date in Slough. Well, what's our Scottish council? Maybe it is. That's the definition, and it's some term for maybe an old Scottish tribal council. Argus. So then leader in Glasgow, I think, is going to be that G. Canal opening locks. Maybe a canal opening locks or goes around the G. No. And our Slough. Yeah. A debt. Yeah. That's probably the most likely, but I don't know that word. I am thinking this is going to be herds. Do we have 27 yet? No, that's drives 27 crazy over. recipe. Oh, so maybe it's an anagram of 27 over R for recipe, and then means dry. So then maybe 27 is shed. Could that be? I don't know how that would work. Novel. Oh, the novel is she. Yeah, we've seen this come up before by, was it H. Rider Haggard, and then date is D. But what's the meaning of slough? Oh, I think to slough off, like water, I think might be to shed. Ah, all right. So another meaning of slough. Do you say slough in that meaning? I don't know. Uh, I'm embarrassing myself with my ignorance, but I have read that, I think. All right, maybe it is this Argus. I like that. I just know it as the shop. I remember my friend Joe was very excited when we went over to Liverpool one time so that he could shop in Argus. Anyway, let me pause and look up, see what other meanings that word has. Of course, even as I was typing this in the search, I thought of, oh, what about Angus? Sounds more Scottish. And sure enough, it is one of the Scottish council areas. Oh my goodness. So the Glasgow is in a very specific canal opening. My God. Yeah, Brockwell is out doing Paul today. All right. So, 20, sorry. Now I'm thinking about Jersey. Jersey Boys was a musical, wasn't it? With the music of Frankie Valli and company. But how is that top marks in audition? Jersey Boys. Yeah, I'm not sure about this, but it fits Jersey. How about 10 across? American. Well, love certainly would be the O. Oh, there is a bird, I think, an ousel. I think it's even come up not too long ago. So I think it must be Jersey Boys. Not quite at the 30-minute mark, but I think I will go ahead and just check this. Yeah, I have no idea why that would be right, but we will take a peek at 15 squared at the end. All right, this is either a fruit or making an impression. Oh, it could be like literally making an impression, um, like a fingerprint or a foot stamp or something. Yeah, crush could be stamp. Oh, maybe I did think date earlier. Maybe to date stamp. I'm thinking like of a very specific, maybe old-fashioned thing that you might use on legal documents, but I don't know about that. Oh, let's try and get 19. So, heart of kitchen garden in China. Oh, crockery, I would think. Oh, maybe it's a cow. Ah, Jersey Boys would then go with the theme. Oh, and Angus would go with the theme. Maybe some other things. Herds, of course. Like the old joke, cow herd. Um, yeah, so, oh, a dirty look is a scowl. Now that makes more sense. And then, yeah, the heart of kitchen is the sea, and a type of garden. Yes, we used to have a rockery. in the house I grew up in. So, crockery. I like it. Here's our Oliver Stone. Oh, yeah, it's probably an Italian term, I'm going to guess. Ultimately, directed work that stands out. I am. I the work then are directed. Yeah, I don't think that can end in O. So maybe the definition is Oliver, and maybe it's a very specific Oliver, not Hardy, Wendell Holmes. No, not seeing that. All right, now that we know 19 across, so appalling turd with fur coat is just think of Frisian. Yeah, don't see it. Our payment owing for. Let me pause and just try and think of breeds of cows or other cattle words that might mean payment owing. No, I'm not finding any good cattle breed that might fit that. I did look over though my knocked over beer, and again I was thinking of flea, but I was thinking, well, if 12 across is date stamp, that would give us a P there, and P and L for a beer backwards. First of all, I thought of pale ale, but then I thought of, oh, a pilsner, and then that backwards would be slip. Yeah, that's definitely an escape. Um, Our male lacking in spirit, worried to move upstairs. Just if there is another A there, I was wondering about escalate, but um, I think then the definition would be like an escalator, right? I mean, there's probably a simpler definition of escalate. Uh, I think that's as good as anything. I'm going to go ahead and check that one. Yeah, it is right. Let's see if I can work out why it's right. Not really. I think worried is eight. We often see to worry as being to eat because something eats at you if it worries you. So then, how is male lacking in spirit? No, I don't see that. Um, I'm going to go ahead and put in the date stamp and let's check this one. That's right as well. I don't fully, I mean, I get it, but making an impression for date stamp, yeah, I don't quite buy that. All right, our payment owing, oh, could it be like something due? Oh, your payment is your sub. Ah, it's another meaning of the word cow. Cow is a verb to intimidate somebody. I think maybe you subdue them. I see that. All right, so yeah, I need to stop thinking about cattle only. So what other kind of cow could this be? Don't see it. Yeah, if this is amateur character endlessly in first gear. Maybe in first gear is a jokey definition. Oh, like maybe the first clothing, like a baby costume, onesie. But I'm thinking amateur, maybe like unpaid pay. No, I don't quite see it. All right, I think I'm going to use wordplays.com to find a 10-letter word with the R and the I. I'll give it a minute to see if I can work it out myself first. I'll run through the alphabet for the first letter. Oh my goodness. Well, I did have to go to 15, or no, to wordplays.com, and this certainly brings me back. The cow, it's a very specific cow. Who remembers Ermintrude? More to the point, who doesn't remember Ermintrude? And what do you think of having clues like this in the crossword? I do think they did have a reboot of the Magic Roundabout a few years ago. So maybe younger people might know Ermintrude from that. Anyway, it is an anagram of turd, and the fur coat that goes around it is ermine. All right. Okay. So now our amateur. That's very interesting set of letters. Character endlessly in first gear. All right. I'm going to pause and run through the alphabet for this one, hopefully with more luck. Well, I ran through the alphabet for the first letter and didn't have any luck. And then I started thinking about, well, it's really what are letters are going to go between the Y and the T and the T and the E. And I was just writing down randomly different YSTLE, YRTLE. And then I wrote down YE because I was just running through the alphabet for that position. And I thought, oh, YETTE. And I remember there is a name for a baby's first outfit. Maybe I heard it on baby showers, layette. And so, of course, amateur is lay, the lay person. And a character is a letter without the L and the R, either of its ends is endlessly. So very happy to get that one. All right, so cut and yeah, and cow. Well, a cow moos or lows, so it might be called a lower. And if you cut prices, I suppose you lower them. Oh, yeah, this is the beef. With is W, A is A, and then a bad guy, I think, is an anagram of guy. Uh, Wagyu? I know I've seen it on menus, but or maybe it's Wagyu. That seems, yeah, that looks more familiar. So 18, then happy to hold permit. Oh no, maybe it is a G because I'm thinking happy might be glad to hold permit. Oh, it might even actually be gay in the old-fashioned meaning of that word. Because I'm thinking, is there a? I think permit is allow, and I seem to maybe I just saw it when I was looking through the Wikipedia entry on cattle, but I think there might be a Galloway. All right. So I think just the only one left, yeah, is 21 Oliver Stone ultimately directed work that stands out. Yeah, maybe it is something like Relievo. I don't know. Is that a word? But how is that? directed. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. Yeah, let's go ahead and check it. It is right, but I'm not exactly sure how we're getting that, but that's all right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and check all. All right, let's see what they're saying at 15 squared. All right, the blog is by Eileen. She was very pleased. Nicely varied set of clues. The theme, the delightful three down. Oh, she loved Ermintrude. And meticulous cluing. Less familiar words were gettable. Most enjoyable puzzle for a foggy morning. Well, yeah, good, good. So TUI is a travel company. There's a link there, and hadn't heard of them. And date stamp. I still don't really get why that is an impression. So a work that stands out. Ah, an anagram of Oliver plus the last letter of Stone. Very good. Yeah. I'm not sure. She's calling it a lift and separate. I'm not sure, other than we separate Oliver and Stone, of course, but to me, that's very normal practice, like our Ralph Richardson the other day. Anyway, sure enough, Judders was within JS back. Uh, yeah, and there's Martin Kemp. So knit, just contract, and yeah, she gives the example of knitted brows, but again, a bit of a stretch for me. Oh, okay, good. She couldn't quite parse seven down either. Mescal is the spirit with the male lacking. Wow. All right. Very tricky. Cow is a lower. Yeah. And then 22. Jersey. Oh, is a top. Ah, as in a jumper. All right. And boys sounds like boys, I suppose, in the water are markings. Egg. Oh, yeah. This one I didn't write down, but I wasn't quite sure. Cup. Golf a towel. The hole or metal container in the hole. All right. But again, it does seem to be the G for golf is doing double duty, but there we go. Oh, and we never really, how is it part of 19 down? Oh, no, I got mixed up again, and I did that the other day, yesterday, I think, and somebody thankfully pointed out in the comments I missed a cross reference. It should have been to Cooper and not Shooter. So yeah, I think I really do need new glasses. Anyway, all right, let's see what are, oh, well, people were chiming in with mezcal. A lot of people knew that. Wow. Very well spotted for those people. And then, yes, I'm glad Muffin, like me, is it Wagyu or Wagyu? Yeah, I think I really did think Wagyu looked more reasonable. Uh, all right, someone didn't get on the setter's wavelength. Yeah, that definitely happens. And I think it's not just the setter or the specific crossword. I think it's how you're feeling on a day, if you have the right lateral thinking to come at some of these clues. Anyway, I suppose I didn't do too badly. Yeah, I don't think in the end I had to. I think there was one I had to look up on word plays, but I think I did all right. Anyway, thanks as always for watching. Have a great day and a great weekend.